5 things about the soul that you need to know.
Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. We just have this little Christmas video silliness here. We're not going to dance and talk about soul. This is what Amy was doing. 5 things that you need to know about your soul.
Yeah,
But
this isn't
we're,
TikTok.
but we do want to bring some cheer to everybody and whatever you're celebrating this time of year and the light coming back because holy cow, I'm tired of these dark days.
Yes, I was just explaining to Eileen that I've had to rush and take my dog for a second walk because by the time we're finished here, it's going to be pitch black here in the UK. So yes, bring back that light and let's enjoy some Christmas cheer.
Yeah, Amy, you're in charge of the Christmas cheer this year. What are we doing?
Okay, I am going to ask you and me, but I have the upper hand because I know what I'm about to ask. Christmas Christmas quiz
Okay.
about.
Oh no, I'm really bad at quizzes, but I'll try.
It's not trivia. This is about you. I
Okay.
want you to tell me. Let's start off with there's a theme here. It's called
Okay.
favorites. Your favorite Christmas song.
No, there's so many, but traditionally I will say it's Little Drummer Boy. I used to sing that and Silent Night, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know, my dad was a drummer, so I like the drumming. And Silent Night I could remember the words to, and I used to sing it to myself as I was going to sleep. I would sing Silent Night, it was really quietly.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, my mum's dad, who I never met because he died when she was 12, but she said he would just sing Silent Night all year round. So it's obviously her
Oh, yeah,
favorite
it's a
song
sweet
too.
little song, isn't it? It's kind of calming.
Yeah, yeah. I just learnt to play that on the ukulele recently.
Oh,
I mean, it took
are
five
you
minutes.
kidding? Where's your ukulele? Come on, let's go. This is the Christmas show.
No, bar humbug. I'm running the show. No, stop with your ideas. I'm not
One
doing
of
it.
these days, I'm going to get you singing on here. Okay, what is your favorite Christmas song?
Well, it's hard, isn't it? It's a hard
Yeah.
question because it's not Christmas unless you've heard Wham, Wizard, Slade, John Lennon, Paul McCartney. Like I like all the old ones. I like the new ones too. I like One More Sleep, Leona Lewis. I like all, I just like the Christmas songs. There's a big debate between me and my husband about when you're allowed to put it on. I say once Halloween's gone, go for it. But he's like, no, it has to be really near Christmas. And then he
Uh,
plays he
the
plays
role.
Christmas music non-stop, and I'm like, okay, stop. Once it's like for about 2 or 3 weeks intense, you'll find like an Ella Fitzgerald album and play every Christmas song on it, and then it'll go to like Elvis Christmas songs or Beach Boys Christmas songs.
Are
So
you
yeah,
playing them on an actual record player?
no, 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 no,
Oh,
just the modern day Spotify.
I actually have a record player and some old record Christmas records, but we don't pull them out much. I should pull them
Oh,
out.
yeah, yeah I should do that with my parents will have one just so my kids. But my favorite Christmas song is one. If this is a favorite for the last few years for me, no one you won't have heard of it. It's by a band called Boney M, really called Boney M.
I know the band. I've heard of it.
Have you really? They
Yes.
when I was like growing up, like in the 80s, this was a band that was out there, and they were kind of like, yeah, they were quite a cheery little band, and it's called Mary's Boy Child, and it's a little bit disco, come Caribbean music, come like
Oh, we
I
should have
don't
had
know.
that queued up.
Yeah, it's cool. You should look it up, people. But it sort of it at one point it like breaks down towards the end, and me and my daughter we really just can't help but dance to it. It's a bit of an odd song. It's a bit quirky, but we love it. So that's my Christmas song. I recommend you all check it out on Spotify.
All right, we'll do that.
So now, natural progression is what
Mm.
is your favorite Christmas film?
Mm. Gosh. Um, I think my two favorites are the old black and white versions of Miracle on 34th Street and It's a
Yes,
Wonderful Life. I mean, I don't know.
yes. Solid winners.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and will bring you to tears every time.
When I remember actually when I was pregnant and we turned on It's a Wonderful Life and we got 5 minutes into it and I was just sobbing. And my husband like pulled the plug and he's like, nope. Apparently we can't watch these while you're pregnant.
Oh, that's the best time. Let those
Right.
emotions go wild.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're really, really good good films. They are classics.
And I'll give you a little tidbit about It's a Wonderful Life. It's speculated that the town it takes place in is a town upstate New York near where I'm from. And my mother, the town my mother grew up in upstate New York, you walk down the street and you feel like you're walking in the town there. And every time I would take my husband to see my mom in this town, he would walk down the street, didn't matter, middle of summer, whenever, he'd go, hello, Five and Dime. Hello, movie theater. Hello, bank. So
Oh,
it
that's
kind
so
of
sweet.
just the whole ambience of the movie reminds me of where I grew up. So
Yeah, so much nostalgia, and Christmas is great for a good dose of nostalgia as well, isn't it? So yeah,
yeah.
that's a perfect marriage there.
Mm.
Okay, all right. I feel like yours are really solid. Mine are my favorite. I mean, I've been watching Elf for at least a decade, and
It's a
that
good
was
one.
that's a good one, isn't it? But I've got to say right now, have you seen? It's I think it's only a couple of years old. It's a British film. It's called That Christmas. It's on Netflix.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Do I
it's
need to
called that.
watch it?
Yeah, That Christmas. It's by Richard Curtis. He's a British director. He wrote like Love Actually, a British writer. Sorry, he
I
wrote Love
love Love
Actually.
Actually.
Yeah, so he's and it's an animation, and it's so quirky British. It's so sort of all the quirkiness. It's set in this sort of seaside town, and there's like these quirky characters. Quirky is obviously a theme for what I like at Christmas time, apparently, because I keep talking about it. But it's so British.
Classics quirky. That's, there
Yeah,
we go.
yeah, that's it. But it really encapsulates that it's not a film about the Christmas story. There's no like A Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street. They're not about the religious meaning behind Christmas, but they're about that magic, that
Yeah.
sort of good nature, that goodwill, that thing that we feel at Christmas time where our hearts extend to others and we want to do good deeds. And I just think it encapsulates it really well with some sort of random British humor, which I wonder if Americans watch it and translate and
Well,
appreciate it in the same way.
listen, Amy, my son is in an acting class and he has to do a little ensemble and he picked a Monty Python skit and they're all doing a Monty Python skit together. So in this house, quirky British rules.
Well, then you have to have a family film night
Yes.
and watch it all for
It's
sure.
hilarious. My husband and I, with the door closed, have been listening to my daughter help my husband, or excuse me, my son rehearse, which is
Oh,
cracking up. So, yes, we will watch it.
you need to slide a smartphone on record into
Right?
that room and walk away. Okay, so what is your favorite ever Christmas present? That's a big one to put you on the spot with.
Uh, I don't really it's funny, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't really remember specific presents a lot. Um, but I do remember one year when I was a teenager, and clearly, Santa Claus was, I knew who Santa Claus was and wasn't, but I had asked for something that was kind of expensive, and I knew we couldn't really afford it, or my parents didn't think it was a thing to get. And it was a big thing. It was a piece of furniture that I'd seen, and I was a decorator all the way back then. And Christmas morning, my dad they'd bought it, and because my dad would get always he got last minute Christmas spirit, and they just put a big sign on it that said, "Yes, Eileen, there really is a Santa Claus." So it was just very
Oh,
sweet because my dad was always this person who would just swoop in and want to make things special for everybody. And so it's not the gift. It's so much that it's the spirit my dad always had at Christmas time. He would take me. I remember it would be like Christmas Eve or the day before, and he'd go, "Come on." When I was really little, we got to go find something for your mom for Christmas. It's like on Christmas Eve, but I'm like, okay.
yes. Yes, my dad used to do the same.
Right? He would just get suddenly full of the Christmas spirit and let's go. So,
Yes, I love. I kind of. I love that sort of. It's 5 minutes to the deadline.
right, right.
Let's do it. Let's do it now. Hey, it's Christmas tomorrow. Who knew? Let's go. My dad used to do that. Every Christmas Eve, we would have we would do our Sunday school nativity, and I was a child who couldn't. It's funny to say now. I couldn't speak. I could speak. I couldn't speak publicly, so I didn't. I was quite mute as a child, not in my home, but outside. I was a really silent child. So I was always an angel, non-speaking angel. It was so disappointing because I really wanted a speaking part, and I would have done it if they'd have just given me the opportunity. I would have been able to do that, but they didn't know that. They just thought I was a silent child. So it would always be rehearsal in the morning for the Sunday school play, and then performance in the evening at like 5 o'clock, and then go home, get to bed. Father Christmas is coming. But then in the middle of that day, my dad, I was the youngest of three, but my dad would take me for some reason. He would just be like, come on. He used to call me Jubbly. That was my nickname. Come on, Jubbly. We're going to go into London. We go to the West End in London. He'd take me from suburbia. We'd go there. I think he would drive in, like cars weren't the enemy back then. He would drive in, and we would just drive into London, and he'd be just like, Oxford Street would be heaving, and he'd just be like dragging me around because he didn't like the indoor shopping centres. He'd like, he liked the outdoors and the sky above him. And we'd be trying to find, I don't even remember what we ever bought. I don't know why he took me because I hated shops, but I didn't grumble. So he just took me for company, and we get a present. Then we come back. Someone must have shoved some food in my mouth, and then I was going to be the silent angel. And that was my kind of typical Christmas Eve.
Yep, I
But
know.
that's I don't know why I took us on that tangent. You said something, and I just jumped in with that
Because my
story.
dad would get the last minute Christmas spirit all the
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That's it. And I like that because dads can be quite grumpy about Christmas, can't they? Not all, I know, not all, but some will be quite like, oh, like Steve, my husband, saying like, don't put the Christmas music on now. And then all of a sudden, it's just nothing but
Stop.
Christmas music, and I just want to hear a different song. But I do like, find that really funny.
So what was your
I'll tell
favorite?
you my favorite Christmas present. I remember being really little. Do you remember pound puppies? Do you
Yes,
know
I was a little old for them, but I do remember them.
Yeah, so I was
For
little
the
when
right
the
age.
pound
Yeah.
puppies came out, and you could get this mummy pound puppy, and she had this Velcro tummy, and it would
Of
open up, and
course
in
you
the
wanted the
pouch
mommy pound
there were
puppy.
there were three. Sorry, my phone is ringing. There were three little puppies
Aw.
that you could put inside the tummy, and yeah, I loved that present. My parents have still got it in their house. I love that present so much. I still love it. I'll
Oh my
always
God,
love
you're
it.
reminding me of a gift. So for I got Barbies, I was actually more into making Barbie furniture and taking cardboard boxes and making them pretty houses. But one year when I was little, you have to be old to remember this product. They had a Barbie doll that started preteen, and you would crank their arm, and they would get taller and grow boobs.
Oh my God. Just by one simple turn of the arm.
Yes. And so when
I'm
they
surprised.
sold the outfits, they'd sell the preteen outfit and the after she developed outfit.
Oh, I'm surprised they stopped that one.
Oh my God, you cannot sell a product like that. There's just way too many, like whatever.
One twisted it. If only it was that easy. One twisted the arm.
Right.
Ding, you're done. All those years of mood changes and I hate
Right.
my body. I don't like my body. Oh, I'm going to show my body off, and like all of that stuff could just be done with a twist of the arm.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, yes.
Oh, okay, right. Well, you see, look, it's quite revealing when you go
Mm.
into these favorite Christmas questions. So my next one is, what is your favorite Christmas food that you miss because you don't have it now because you're this little plant-based eater like myself? So
Yeah, that's
what do
easy.
you miss
That's
eating?
my grandmother's Lion Brook holiday fruit salad, which I'm guarantee nobody else has ever had this unless you're in my family, my mom's family. Because and the recipe was really based around old Christmas. Like when my grandmother was young, it was sort of unusual to have oranges citrus fruit in December. And so this fruit salad was oranges and grapes because the salad was a whole production because kids back then, grapes had seeds in them. And so it was my job to get up early on Christmas morning and cut the grapes in half and pull the seeds out with my little fingers because it was easy and get that ready. And so it had grapes and oranges and walnuts and bananas. And my grandmother would make this roux with mustard powder in it and fold it into whipped cream. You know, grew up on a dairy farm, got to have cream on everything, creamed vegetables, cream and everything. And put this over the fruit. And it was such a unique flavor. And it wasn't a dish that you could put in the fridge and have leftovers because bananas get weird, you know,
Yeah.
and the oranges start to just get runny. And so it was this dish that you would make fresh right before you'd put it on the table. And you know, there was a lot of pride. Everybody in my family loved it, and there was a lot of pride around the dish because my grandmother had invented this recipe. And I don't know. So that's what I miss. I actually did try to make it once with coconut cream instead of regular cream,
Yeah.
and it kind of worked, but it's not quite the same. And now I don't eat
Yeah.
any fat, so yeah, I
And
miss that. But I miss the production around it. I miss, you know, do I miss the actual salad? Kind of, but what I miss again is sitting in the kitchen with my mom and my aunties and listening to them tell stories about when they were kids while I cut up the grapes and wondering if they were having me cut up the grapes because it was a tedious, boring job. And so they give it to the kid and getting a little resentful about having to cut up the grapes when I want to do something more fun, like make the cookies or I don't know. So there's a lot of memories wrapped up in that one little dish.
yeah, nostalgia again.
Yeah,
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, that's so interesting. Mustard powder
with
with whipped
fruit.
cream
Yeah,
and
and
fruit.
cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a
but
really
it worked.
it's so worked. It's so worked. And it was really kind of a sophisticated little recipe for and my grandmother was a good cook and she cooked for a lot of people as a farm wife. And she also took nutrition classes at Cornell Cooperative Extension. They had nutrition classes. They had all kinds of classes for the farmers and the farmers' families. And so my grandmother took advantage of nutrition classes from Cornell as a farm wife way back in the 20s. You
Right.
know, right? So anyway, lots of
Yeah.
history there.
Yeah, yeah. And food is a great place to bring some memories in.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So what's yours?
so the thing I miss is something, again, it's quite a British thing. You guys don't have mince pies, I don't believe, do you?
Uh, mincemeat pies. My mother used to make mincemeat pies because she loved them.
Okay,
But
yeah,
no,
but
it's not a typical American thing.
no. So mince pies are really, you're calling them mincemeat pies. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
But so we call them mince pies. They're in all the shops, like every supermarket, every baker's. It's just, it's what you leave out for Father Christmas on
Hmm.
Christmas Eve as well, with a little drop of sherry and then a carrot for the
Oh,
reindeers.
Christmas got Sherry in the UK. He probably liked you guys.
Yeah, it's milk and cookies, isn't it, for you?
Yes, yes, milk and cookies.
Yeah, no, my husband will drain the sherry. I don't drink. He will drain the sherry and eat the mince pies. It used to be my job to make the mince pies in my family.
Mm.
And I was a little bit like, I don't know, quite extreme. I'm very much like my children are today. Like I was quite extreme. I didn't want to make just a dozen or 2 dozen because then they would be gone. So I would make over 100 mince pies, homemade pastry, homemade
Holy
mincemeat.
cow.
I would spend like one weekend doing. There is a thing called Stir Up Sunday here, where the Christmas pudding is made. Do you have
Hmm.
Christmas pudding? Well, you set it on fire and the flame with the brandy. No, okay, that's another thing. And you would do. It's called Stir Up Sunday, and that's when you would make the Christmas puddings and you would make the mincemeat for your mince pies. And so I'd make that, and I'd make jars and jars of it, and then I would make the pastry, and I would have to set aside a whole day, morning till night, to do this production solo effort of making the pastry, filling them with the mincemeat, closing the pastry, brushing them with milk, making them golden brown, putting them in the oven, getting them out, then getting the next batch in, and so forth. And I would do this production line, and I would love it, and I would be so proud of my mince pies that my dad will tell the story that he would be like, I'm going to have some mince pies this evening. I'll be like, no, don't, because then I'm going to have less. I didn't want anyone to eat them.
You were a little mince pie hoarder.
But then I think it got close enough to Christmas. I was like, okay, you can now eat the mince pies.
Get you on the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah. But
were your pie bottoms soggy?
no soggy bottoms. That's right. You'd have to have the right amount of liquid in the mincemeat, and yeah, so that you didn't have a soggy bottom.
And for people who don't know, it's not actually meat. It actually,
No.
I think I heard, I saw a little history. It started out as meat, but slowly over time, it's raisins. And
Raisins, apples, you might have like some citrus, like mixed peel in there. Then there's spices, a bit like what you would have as pumpkin pie spice, like
yeah,
cloves and cinnamon and allspice, like that sort of stuff.
yeah.
And it's really lovely. And then there would be brandy in it back then as well. And I found I did make a healthy version of that. I would make like a nut and date, like pastry case, and
Yeah.
then I would make a fruit mincemeat, and then I would
You
put
could
one.
definitely make a minced pie medical medium friendly.
Yeah, that's it. I would make them, and then I would sometimes they would have a blob of coconut yogurt on the top for a bit of extra indulgence. But I realized that I was really the only one eating them, and the rest of my kids weren't that into them. And my
Yeah.
husband was like, "I'm gonna buy the shop bought ones because he doesn't eat plant-based." So I was like, "I'm not doing that just for me."
Wow.
And this is the thing: some things you can evolve,
Yeah.
so, and you can sort of have them be traditions that you take with you, and
Well,
some things you just commit to memory.
I think about my grandmother a lot because, even though I miss that salad, she was inventing new recipes. So I think she'd be fine with me inventing new recipes, right? That because that was and her recipes were based in her childhood and what was important to her. And she was actually my mom and my aunts used to joke that they used to eat salads before anybody knew what a salad was because she'd had these nutrition classes, and so she cared about nutrition. My mother cared about nutrition. So I don't think I'm actually, even though we're not eating the same dishes, I think I'm actually in the same vein as where my grandmother would have been, which is inventing new things that are healthy for your family. Like I think
Yeah.
there's a long tradition of that. So
Yeah, and I think in my family, like we had on my mother's side, it's there was always this fusion of Italian and English
mhm.
heritage, and my mum was scared. She tells me she was scared to have people around to their house in case they thought she was weird for eating the weird Italian things that they would eat, and she was particularly worried about them eating mashed potato because she just assumed it was an Italian thing because they were eating a lot of mashed potato.
Oh, that's
Lo and
so
behold,
funny.
it's a really British thing to eat potatoes, and mashed potato. But she kind of didn't know where the line was. But they were eating lots of kind of like, lots of Italian food. But there was always a fusion, and there's this real sort of resourcefulness. And I know, like in my family line, my family went through rations in World War II in the UK and stuff. And it's always about being resourceful.
Mhm.
And I think that's what we're being with our health as well. We're being resourceful with good ingredients and doing the best we can.
Yeah, and we're reinventing holidays, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Again, because can you just like find the spirit of what you did, what the tradition was, and hang on to the things that are really important to you. And I know there's a lot of people talk about being lonely because holidays can amplify feelings and amplify all kinds of things. But I always remember like after my dad passed, because my dad was Christmas spirit in our house. So, I remember the first Christmas and I was like, holy cow, Christmases are never going to be the same again. And it's all upon me to make it special. It was devastating until I kind of found the freedom in it. Oh, actually, I get to reinvent Christmas and I can reinvent it every year if I want to, and I can spend it with whoever I want to. And yes, there's some heartache there, of course, but I don't want to make light of it. But there's also freedom in it. There's a great deal of freedom in making things work better for you, making things different, and take that freedom.
Yeah, life moves, doesn't it? Life
Yeah.
moves, and that can be painful and that can be beautiful, and it can be both all at once. And as you can see from, what, as we can see from what you're saying here, your ancestors, they're not actually very far away, particularly when it comes to times like Christmas. They're right there with you in the
No, yeah.
kitchen. They're in your memories. They're in all of it.
As
It's
yours, right? It's
yeah,
we hold them with us in our hearts and in our souls. It has nothing to do with the food on the actual food on the plate. I mean, my ancestors, like hundreds of years ago, being prosecuted, they were French Huguenots, and this young couple, Antoine and Marie, 20 years old, get married and get on a ship called the Gilded Otter and head for this what wasn't even the United States yet. I bet their Christmases were sparse and lonely, and but here I am because of it, not killed with the millions of Huguenots that were slaughtered in France.
yeah, yeah,
So I think about that a lot. Like change sometimes is imperative, actually.
yeah,
It's imperative
yeah.
to survival, and so embrace, like Anthony's saying, like invite stress to the table, like invite change to the table sometimes because it's life changing in a good way too.
Yes. So I have one more
Okay,
favorite
back to this year.
Christmas question. I can't say it, but I have one more of whatever it is I can't say. And that is, what is your new favorite healing food? That not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a healing food like a banana. I mean, like the thing you bring to your Christmas table now. What is your favorite thing that you eat?
Well, it's funny because we do eat something different every year. We don't actually have a traditional um uh we don't eat the same thing for Thanksgiving. We are just like, what are we in the mood for to celebrate with this year? So I don't have one, but I do have something I ate last night,
Aha.
which you can eat on a cleanse and it's so yummy, which is we have one of those machines that takes frozen fruit and turns it into ice cream.
Yo nanas. You have to say
Yes.
that. You
Yo
can't say that with a
nanas.
British accent. You can't say yo nanas because you totally missed the point of the
Yo
name.
nana.
So I try to say it with American accent so it sounds effective.
I had a huge bowl of ice cream made from bananas and dragon fruit and strawberries last night, and we often do that. So yeah, that's a good one for me because I don't know, to me it just tastes pretty decadent and it's just frozen fruit. It's
Yeah.
healing.
You should
And you
stick
can
some
eat it
mustard
on a lot of the cleanses.
you should stick some mustard powder in it and try
Right.
that. That'll give you a rocket. Woo! That
And
was
remove
fun.
some of the metals at the same time. Who knew? See, my grandmother knew that mustard helps remove heavy metals.
Yeah, that's it. She was onto something. Well, I'm going to tell you our favorite thing in this house, and it's a collective thing. It's very much talked about. I've told you the recipe actually is the roast potato.
Mm.
All hail the roast potato. It's a very important thing in the UK, the roast
Yeah,
potato.
yeah.
All pubs will do Sunday lunches. I'm a roast potato snob. Don't really like those kind of pre-prepared roast potatoes. You've got to peel them, cook them, get them right. My dad makes the world's best roast potatoes. My dad wasn't the cook. My mum was the cook. But my dad, these days, since he's retired, it just makes a Sunday lunch like nothing else. And so this is what he does for the roast potatoes. And when I get these roast potatoes really good, I get told, this is better than Grandad's roast potatoes. So this is how it
Wow.
goes. So I have to, this is how it goes. You have to peel the potato and parboil them. I steam them. And then you give them a really vigorous shake. You like really shake them up so they've gone all fluffy. And then you put them, I cook them in olive oil. So this isn't a cleanse one. This is one for fun. You put them in olive oil, which is preferably hot from the oven, and you get it out of the oven, you pour them in, it sizzles, and then you crush lots of garlic over the top, and that's the secret, is the crushed garlic. And then I always used to cook with roast meat, but my dad puts bay on the potatoes. You season them and you do bay, and I
Bay.
some
You'll have to interpret that. You mean bay leaves?
bay leaves, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean bay leaves, yeah.
okay.
We say bay over
Does he
here,
crush
yeah.
the bay leaves?
Well, I just whip them up a bit, and then
Okay,
I
yeah.
often throw on a bit of sage from the garden as well, because my sage bush is next to my bay bush, and then you just cook them. They take about an hour in the oven. but and you need to check that they have enough oil, that they're not like drying out, because they need to have a little bit of moisture in them. And that perfect roast potato is just like, it's like nothing else. So
Mhm.
yes, it's not a cleanse one. It has oil, it has salt, but it's good. It's worthy of Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And it complements all your other lovely vegetables, and we do a mushroom gravy and all that kind of stuff very nicely. So that's my top
We
tip.
do have some traditional, like we definitely have always are having some mashed potatoes and mushroom gravy. And one of my kids, her favorite foods are Thanksgiving foods. So yeah, that's good. I
Yeah,
have
because you have Thanksgiving right before, don't you? We don't have
yeah,
that,
and
and
the
that's
generally the meals are similar. Some
yeah.
people have ham versus turkey, some people have roast beef, but there's always some kind of roast beast.
Yeah, some
And all
roasted animal, some
right.
animal that got snared and put on that table.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's my really dark sense of humor. This really should stay out of the Christmas podcast, but it didn't. And no, we will be having a lentil loaf or a nut roast
Yeah.
with ours. But yeah, that's all my Christmas questions. And now we just get to say Merry Christmas to
Merry
all, and
Christmas,
to all a good
everybody.
night.
And to
Yeah.
whatever, happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, please, I hope you find a little bit of light, a little bit of happiness in your soul, and that you enjoy the time. And remember just how powerful your soul is, and don't give your soul away this year at Christmas time or ever.